What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And California is getting ready. I think they know, they see the writing on the wall. They have an upcoming decision here with the Supreme Court that's going to pull away their ability to make emissions decisions. And the EPA, who is actively pushing hard in California right now on the cleanup with the fires, well, the EPA administrator was again on the news in studio and had a few things to say. Let's roll the intro and get directly into it. So first things first, California is preparing to basically be screwed. I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying like, oh, California will fight it in court. Pam Bondi is ready and anticipating them to fight it in court. And they're going to push it extremely fast all the way to the Supreme Court to get a decision. And at that point, California doesn't have any wins. I think they know that. And I think now the governor, Gavin Newsom, is trying to negotiate a deal that the climate activists, so to speak, can live with in California. Or he'll be able to come out publicly and go, hey, they didn't tear everything down. We were able to get some things going. Current guidance, or what the EPA administrator is saying, is basically we are unleashing energy, and that also means in California. They want to get rid of all of these special blends of fuel. Basically, like they're okay with a winter blend, a summer blend, but basically same fuel everywhere across the country. And I think it's just common sense. Doing that, refiring up some of those refineries in California would drastically lower the energy prices for people that live in California. The people out there right now, gas prices have been going up. It's about $4.30 a gallon here in Las Vegas and in some areas right now at the Chevrons, Shells, things of that nature. Well, in California, it's like $5.70 a gallon, right? And it's going up. You tell me that you start firing up refineries, there's not any of these special blends, and in 5 or 6 months, we're looking at $3 gas in California. Basically meaning people that live in California are saving between 30, 60 to 70 bucks from filling up their vehicles that they get to put in their pockets. Guess which way those citizens are going to vote the next time? And I think Gavin Newsom knows it. And that's why I think he's going to jump on board with whatever it is that the Trump administration is trying to do here with the EPA administrator. So they can be like, look what we did in California. We lowered prices, even though Newsom had nothing to do with any of it and it was going to happen anyway. He kind of just wants to ride on those coattails, right? Let me show you what Lee Zeldin said here. Just a short clip, not the whole interview. About, he said this before multiple times, but I like to include it because people will be like, well, what's your source, TK? What's your source? Let's look at the video.
Our Powering the Great American Comeback initiative is about making sure that Americans have access to clean air, land, water, top priority of President Trump. It's a top priority at EPA. There's a lot that we are doing exceptionally. Last week I went from East Palestine, Ohio to LA to Western North Carolina. And what we're doing right now in LA is the largest wildfire response in the history of the agency. We have over 1,200 workers on the ground. They've already surveyed thousands of sites. President Trump comes in and he says, EPA, you have 30 days to complete the entire phase 1 hazardous material work. That's a bold goal, Mr. President. It's going to get done within 30 days. So there's a lot that we are doing that's great, but I'll tell you what's important for us is to be in touch with what the American public said loud and clear last November. That's why our agenda also includes helping to unleash energy dominance, permitting reform, making America the AI capital of the world, and bringing back American auto jobs. These are priorities of President Trump, so they're priorities of mine, which means that they'll be top priorities of the EPA.
What other member of the administration do you work most closely with? Is it Interior? Is it Energy?
There's going to be a lot of work with Secretary Burgum and Secretary Wright. There's a lot of stuff with Interior and Energy on energy policy, but we'll be working with other agencies as well on all these different initiatives we mentioned. President Trump, when he called me up, asked me to do this position, he was laying out all these priorities of ours. They were top of mind for him. The American public spoke, and now we're going to deliver.
Yeah. Next time you come, I want to talk to you about the windmills in the ocean, because I know that's an environmental issue that a lot of people who care about the ocean feel very strongly about. So thank you. Thank you very much, Lee Zeldin.
So as you can see, he's specifically talking about unleashing American energy, bringing back those automotive jobs, and being the standard for AI, like leading the world in artificial intelligence. That's going to take a lot of energy to do that, a lot of power to do that. And I think they're going to do it. Like from everything that I'm seeing right now, you know, this Supreme Court decision comes down, removing California's ability to set, you know, that waiver that they got where they could basically set their own emission standards. That comes down. The EPA administrator basically says, hey, we're not doing this smog check crap. We're not doing any of that. You can't do it. It's federal only. We're saying we're not doing it. We're getting rid of summer blends. We're getting rid of these special additives in the fuel that California does. You know, we're going to cap what you can tax on the fuel at this amount and that's not just at a state level, but just period. It unleashes the energy. It makes it cheaper. Cheaper energy means cheaper products, which means more money in the pocket for consumers. And it could revolutionize and completely change the landscape in California. 100%. And I think Newsom knows it. That's why he's trying to ride on those coattails now. Because I think he looks at it now, knowing at the current makeup of the Supreme Court, knowing how, you know, some of the written arguments, written briefs and stuff that have been submitted on this have been, and knowing that they've already overturned the Chevron doctrine, I think the writing is on the wall for California. The ability for that to be pulled away to make those laws unconstitutional so that California can't state ref an out-of-state car, or even people that live in California, like they're no longer be able to pull you over to be like, oh, we don't think your emission systems, we think you have an altered emission system. So what? So what? It's mine. I can do what the hell I want with it. Seeing that happen, I think, would be like the greatest amount of freedom that Californians have had in a very, very long time. If you agree, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like I said, the DOJ is not playing any games. Anybody that's been getting in the way of the policies or what's going on, New York just found that out the hard way as the governor and attorney general got slapped and sued. I think California doesn't want to deal with that. I don't think they do. But let me know what you guys think. And as always, stay petty, my friends.